Hello people, so wow, after 2 weeks we finally have a One Piece chapter. This might have been the most informative chapter of the Oden flashback thus far. Because we got so much information, the amount of world building we got was awesome. So that's the chapters I like the most. So start off with the cover page, we actually see Capone in this cover page, and he's already taken down the Germ pirates. Captain Germ, I guess, there was nothing more than scrubs, as predictable. The Fire Tank Pirates got the job done. You actually see Vito in the background taking care of the giant that we saw. I do find it interesting that the only one who wasn't taken down was the girl with the antennas and the cape. So I'm wondering what's going to happen to her. And they still haven't located Chiffon, and we don't even know if Lola's on Dressrosa, but I'm assuming she has to be. Or what else is there? And we also know the Marines are on Dressrosa. What we also know is King Riku hasn't returned from the Reverie, so that could be an interesting scenario where maybe Capone actually bumped into King Riku, and because the papers pointed out that Capone was working with Luffy on Whole Cake Island, Capone helped one another, and maybe that's how they locate Lola. Actually, the first panel of this chapter kind of paints the picture about how sheltered Wano actually is because we have Kazuki Oden, I guess, writing in his journal, and you can tell because it's the same notes that we've seen before, the same dialogue, pretty much. He didn't realize how the globe, was actually shaped like a sphere. So that should tell you right there how sheltered Wano actually is. An interesting conversation between Toki and Oden, which reveals quite a bit, but also it didn't reveal too much. So Oden's like, we probably can't take you back because of the ship. We probably can't take you back to Wano. And it's that point that Toki has already fallen for Oden. It's like, that's okay. I feel like I've reached my destination anyway. And we get an interesting conversation like where you're actually from. And you see it again, there's a map and you see it like a cross. That marks Wano, but you see the North Blue, South Blue, East Blue, and West Blue. And Lady Toki says, I have no idea where I'm from, but my parents were originally from Wano. Well, how convenient is that? Paste the picture again. The reason why she wants to go to Wano, and that's why I want to go there. My question is this, so she can go into the future, but why did she leave in the first place? The Amatsuki clan, we come to find out, is huge. If we're talking about somewhere 800 years ago, there had to be something that went down for the reason why Toki went this far into the future, and she was going to jump again. Obviously, they fall for one another. I do like how Marco's the one, he's peeping on the situation. Again, we see the Moby Dick being chased by Marines, and Oden's like, we should just fight them anyway, because if we don't, they're just going to keep coming after us. Oden is like told about from Whitebeard about the organization. I'm pretty sure it's referring to the world government. It's unbelievable to think about, and Whitebeard pretty much says if you keep coming along with us, you'll understand certain things. That Wano is a lot more free than you think. It's not as sheltered. In terms of news, they're sheltered because they don't really know much about anything. Then we come to find out 2 years passed. So 30 years went by, now 28 years went by, and Momonosuke is born on the Moby Dick. So I found that interesting. So they had intercourse on the Moby Dick. So make that what you will. And Izo points out, okay, since we have Momonosuke now, and the best place for Toki and Momo is to take them back to Wano, fulfilling his duty and trying to get Oden back to Oden completely being self-centered about this. I know he wants to see the world and everything, but at the same time, taking them to sea isn't exactly the best thing for them, especially if they're being chased by Marines. And another reason why they want to get Oden back to Wano alongside Lady Toki and Momonosuke is because apparently at this point, Kazuki Oden has a bounty. I would like to know what that bounty was, given his legendary status, but that would be cool if he got to find that out. He's like, I still haven't found the answers I seek, Izo. So what answers is he looking for? The mysteries of the world? This is kind of cool when we get some insight into Whitebeard, because he's like, this is where he comes up with the 5 divisions. So we know there's 5 division commanders, right? At this point, he wanted to leave Oden the 2nd division commander, which exactly was Ace's position before he died, passed away. So that's very ironic. And I like Oden's response. Was like, I wouldn't want that kind of responsibility. He's the 2nd division commander of the Whitebeard Pirates 28 years ago, or 28 years before what we have in the present time. Then we go to another place, and we don't know where that is. However, this is super important because, but then we see Teach as a child, and we know he's an orphan now, and it's confirmed. Another orphan. So Teach, this is where he brought aboard by Whitebeard. So that's kind of cool how that ties itself up. So whilst it's going on, and Oden's running around from the Moby Dick, he's like, "You trying to see everything around here?" He does have that Luffy tendency, like he's very adventurous, but at the same time, you got to feel for like Toki and his family now because he's completely deserting them. Then we go back to Wano, and this is where we get the world building aspect even more so. Kazuki Sukiyaki is pretty much on his deathbed at this point. I hate to put it bluntly like that, but that's what it is. And it's becoming more obvious he's already been poisoned. At this point, he wants Oden to be the next shogun. But since he's not here, they have to have someone in succession to take his place until he arrives, if he arrives. Comes Kurozumi Orochi scheming, and somehow he gets appointed as shogun. And he's like, "I'm grateful to Lord Sukiyaki and Oden. I may not have been able to fully repay my debt during this lifetime, but I promise to use this opportunity to redeem the Kurozumi clan." And this is where we get to when Kurozumi was a child. And this is where the seeds were planted for Kurozumi to like scheme the way he did. So it's not just single-handed, like he plotted this all alone. No, he was like kind of goated into this. And he's kind of manipulated too, if you feel. So we see some gravestones of the Kurozumi clan. And I'm assuming it's in Wano. We see a geisha, but it's a male geisha this time, so I thought that was kind of different. Anyway, we see this old woman. It's like, "You're going to be the shogun." I've seen into the future. Now, I'm not so sure if that was being literal, like they can see into the future. Which is weird because eventually Orochi does become the shogun, but he does it for underhanded means. So, where he gets the idea from. So, I got with this conversation exactly the ones I had when Obito, who got crushed by the boulder, who survived, and then met up with Madara Uchiha for the first time. This got me similar vibes because the way both are obviously from the same clan is obvious. We don't really know too much. In fact, I actually checked the wiki, and we only know 2 members of the Kurozumi clan as of right now, and that's Orochi and the old lady of the Kurozumi clan. Apparently, according to her, though, this was a lie. He was killed by the Kuzuki clan. I heard that he committed treason since when he was struggling to obtain power, a crime. So why is obvious they were underhanded, because why was he looking to obtain power in the first place? The previous shogun, Kazuki shogun, did not have children to succeed him, so it was all for the taking. And what's really cool. We have like 5 clans. Each of the leaders, like I mentioned before, are pretty much like the daimyo. The Shimasuke clan, which I'm assuming that leader of that was Yasui. We have the Kurosumi clan. We have the Uzuki clan. We have the Amasuki clan, which obviously Lady Toki is from, because we know her full name is Toki Amasuki. And we have the Fugasu clan as well. So that was kind of cool. And like I said before, this grandmother or the Grim Reaper of the Kurozumi clan kind of reminds me of Kureha, Dr. Kureha, and just in the facial expressions, obviously. So he poisoned the rest of his competition from each of the clans, and he was going to be the only one left until Sukiyaki was born. So now you see the vendetta she has. It's obviously a grudge. Now, my question is why did they want to lead Wano so much? Was it just an ego thing, a greed thing? Because what's the end game here? This is the reason why she motivated Orochi. Like, you're going to become the shogun. And it's obvious where the seeds were planted for his revenge. Come to find out that this lady could also switch her appearance, and it's confirmed that she had the main fruit, which is exactly the same devil fruit that Mr. 2, Bon Clay has, or Bon Chan, so that's pretty cool. So how did she must have died of old age and it went to Bon Chan, I'm assuming. So since we know Bon Chan's gonna inherit that main fruit, so that's pretty cool. It's interesting if Orochi already has his devil fruit, because we know he can become a serpent, right? So I'm assuming he already had his devil fruit, or he attained it after. Either way, this is where he puts his plan into motion, where he gets taken in by Yasui, he steals money, he needs to get rich in order for his plan to succeed. And we have Orochi in one panel attending Sukiyaki. I finally made it this far. If something happens to me, this is where Sukiyaki messed up, because it's like, I'll leave everything to you. Huge mistake. because it messed everything up. I mean, Sukiyaki actually passed away without this, and then this is another reason why Kazuki Oda wasn't aware of this, because there was no papers to go out from Wano because they weren't affiliated with the world government. So that's going to change what after Orochi gets taken down and somehow they find a way to take down Kaido. They're going to open up the borders, and I'm starting to think that's the reason why he wants the borders open up. To a certain extent, it would make sense. Anyway, we go to the most hype part of the chapter. We see a school of fish. Being like the fish are getting scared by what's taking place on this island. We don't know what island that is, but it seems mysterious enough for Whitebeard to investigate. So it's like, Marco, go take a look. And what's really cool is it looks like Marco has his devil fruit. So that's pretty cool. So in these 2 years that went by, he obviously attained this devil fruit. So he's a little bit older. So they don't really explain this. So how many months older or years older is Momo compared to Hiyori? Because it looks like Hiyori's just born. So, and it's like, the best thing for them now is to get them to Wano, because they're not ready for this. So we see on this island, we see a bunch of animals, and we see a ship. And the moment you see it, it's the Yoro Jackson. So we know what that means. What the heck is on this island? You see the animals running away, which is a clear case of hockey. I'm assuming you can only assume it has to do with Raja's hockey. But either way, they come in, and the panel is beast. Like, you have, like, I'm wondering what's up with the silhouettes, because we have Raja, who grabs one of the Marines, and he's wrecking this dude, which is really cool, because we haven't got to see what Raja could do at all. We know he's a beast. We haven't seen it. Raja pirates. We have Boogie, who's looking in. He sees Whitebeard and Moby Dick. We have Crocus. We have Rayleigh in the prime. We also have Shanks, who is not deterred by this. Raja's got a smile on his face. So I do find it how Shanks is the only one that's smiling at this point. He has obviously the parallels with Luffy. It's been a long time since we crossed paths. Raja is going for it. And we see this Marine, and he's obviously not an admiral, because next time bring someone like Sengoku or Garb. And the only reason why I say he's not an admiral is because we know for a fact, because he was the hero of the Marines, and the way Raja compliments him, and according to what Sengoku said, when we got insight into the Rocks Pirates, the God Valley incident, it was obvious that Garb had the potential to become an admiral and turned it down. So he was at admiral level easily. So the fact that he said bring someone strong like Sengoku and Garb means he's obviously not an admiral. I can only suffice as probably a vice admiral, since he said that. But because I don't see the Marines being that stupid to send Marines, or even a captain of Marines, to try and take down the Raja pirates. That's not happening. And I do find it cool how we see Ray looks badass. And if you notice that Garb around his stomach kind of reminds me of Zoro. So there you go. Like I said, parallels are there. I don't have much longer. So it implies there that Raja is in bad health. And this, again, when Hiyori was born, it's hard to tell when, if any time went by, like a couple of years. Because the last we checked in this chapter, 28 years ago. So, and we know 25 years ago he became king of the pirates, and then turned himself in. And that's why he got the disease. So he had it for a while. So 3 years have to go by. I final encounter with Whitebeard, which, if this actually happens, like we have Raja versus Whitebeard, sign me up, because that's going to be some monstrous hype between two beasts. Plus, we know that Kazuki Oden is going to be affiliated with Goldie Raja. That's going to be interesting, considering, number one, he has Toki now, Lady Toki Yamasuki. Second, he has Hiyori and Momonosuke. So what's he going to do? Is he going to join the Raja Pirates with them? Because that'd be crazy. He wants to continue his adventurous ways. He wants to expand the adventure. He wants to see the world. So the only way he might do that is if he tags along with Raja. He gets the document where the declaration of him becoming the Shogun. Let me know what you guys think down below. I hope if this leads to Raja versus Whitebeard, like I said, sign me up. And we might also get some information, since these two interacted back in the God Valley incident. So I hope that's what it leads to, but we'll see. That's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like this review if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more One Piece. Catch you guys later. Thanks, guys. Bye.